Before we get into today's video, let's talk about today's sponsor, my new Patreon page. So you might be wondering, what is Patreon? Patreon is a platform where I'll be posting daily updates on video ideas, personal insights into my editing, whether that be for YouTube or for Instagram, and I'll be able to talk with you on a more personal level. Any investment that you're willing to make into my channel will go towards my channel, whether that be for a train ticket to go to a new location, paying for food that I will try for a new food video, or new camera equipment, whether that be a tripod or an actual microphone. Depending on the size of the investment that you want to make into my channel, there are different tiers that you'll be able to choose from. One of the tiers, for example, is a goodie box, where I will send you a personalized goodie box, a handwritten letter, and a shout out at the end of my videos. With $10 a month, you'll be able to have voting power on which videos that I'll be uploading. And I just wanted to say thank you in advance for becoming a patron. I really truly appreciate every single one of you. Even if you're just considering becoming a patron, I appreciate it. Thank you for believing in me and my videos and my channel. But now let's get on with the video, shall we? Hello everybody, today's video is going to be about survival Korean. Basically, if you're planning to travel to Korea for a short amount of time and you want to know some key phrases used whilst traveling in Korea. Before I get into that though, hello, welcome, my name is Janice. I make videos talking about languages, about me specifically learning Korean. I've made videos about living in Switzerland, about my eating disorder recovery because I live in Korea. I have made a lot of videos about Korea, about cultural differences, about places in Daegu more specifically because I live in Daegu. Any or all of that sounds interesting to you, why not stick around? Because it's free. I feel like the best way to get to know people from a different culture is to understand more of their language and to be able to express things in their language. It'll make people appreciate you a lot more if you are able to speak in their native language. If you're planning on traveling to Seoul or any of the biggest cities in Korea, you're going to be okay with just speaking in English. However, I do think that it's a plus point if you know a little bit of Korean, so that's what I'm trying to teach you today. So I think learning the language, if you're moving somewhere, is very important. I also believe that it shows a lot of respect to the new culture and the new country that you're moving to if you're trying to learn the language. Even if you make mistakes, it doesn't matter. Showing that respect that you're trying to learn the language, that you're trying to make an effort to fit into the language and to the culture and to the community, that goes a long way. However, if you're just planning on going there for like 2 weeks for a holiday, I don't think you really need to learn like the entire language. I feel like a few key phrases will help you. If you're going to a place for like 2 weeks or for a short trip, I always say you need at least 5 or 6 phrases that will help you and you should be pretty much set. How do you usually start a conversation? You start a conversation by approaching somebody and saying hello. So how do you say hello in Korean? In Korean, the word for hello is actually seemingly really long, but it can be broken down into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 syllables. How do you say hello in Korean? It's 안녕하세요. 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 Why do I feel weird making this video? One of the things you definitely have to know is how to say yes or no in a language. There's a little bit of a twist to it because yes and no can't be directly translated. Yes in Korean is 네. Basically means that you agree with the previous statement. 네 can also kind of be used as filler if somebody's telling you a story and you just kind of want to go, yeah. Basically you're saying you are agreeing to whatever they said in the previous sentence. The Korean word for no is 아니에요. This word is similar to the word for yes in the sense that it just disagrees with anything that's said in a previous statement. Do you not like coffee? And you say 아니에요, it means you do like coffee because you're disagreeing with the statement that they made in their sentence. For example, someone asks you, you don't like coffee? 커피 안 좋아요? And if your answer is no, I don't like coffee, you have to say 네. I'm not sure if I conveyed that all too well. 네 is equal to that's right, I agree, sounds good. What you said is correct. And 아니요 is more like that's not right, I don't agree. What you said is not correct. I hope it kind of shows you the differences between yes and 네, 아니요 and no. Once you've said hello, you will have to probably part ways at one point or another. How do you say goodbye? There's like 3 ways you can say goodbye in Korean. It all depends on the situation. We're gonna look at all 3. The first one, you already know. It's the same word as hello. 안녕하세요. This one is probably the easiest one to remember because you already remembered it for hello. Let's look at the other ones. Saying goodbye to somebody kind of depends on the situation that you're in. Staying in a place and the other person is leaving, or are you the person who's leaving and the other person is staying? Those are the differences. Don't worry about it if you get it wrong because Koreans will still understand what you're trying to say. It's like saying good boy instead of goodbye. Like they still get what you're trying to say, especially situation-wise and context-wise. When the other person is leaving, you would say 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 가세요. They don't say 안녕히 가세요. They say 안녕히 가세요. It's more like 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 가세요. Don't worry about it. They will not make fun of you if you pronounce it the fancy way. For the version where you are leaving and the other person is staying, you would say 안녕히 계세요. 안녕히 계세요. 안녕히 계세요. This is the one I probably say the most out of everything. 안녕하세요. 안녕히 계세요. You've already learned how to say yes, no, hello, and goodbye. Pretty good. Next one, very important one, especially for me. I feel like I say this one probably too much, especially in the restaurant. Every time the waiter comes over, I will thank a person. I'd rather be seen as too polite than rude. How do you say thank you in Korean? The way to say thank you is 감사합니다. 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 There will also be people saying 고마워요 or 고맙다, but honestly, the most basic one, you don't have to worry about politeness levels. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. Now, the way the word please is used in Korean is very different to the way that we use it in English. In English, it's a set word, always means the same thing. Please. Please for everything. In Korean, there's different ways to say please. There's not like one set word that can be used in every single situation. Mostly in a restaurant, the way you will say please is you will say 주세요. But the thing is, 주세요 is a different meaning to please. 주세요 means please give me. In a restaurant, if you are trying to order something off a menu, say 이거 주세요. 이거 means this thing. 주세요 means please give me. 주세요. 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 이거 주세요. If you're watching a movie, subtitles just keep saying please, but you're not hearing 주세요, probably because it's a different situation. It's more like 제발. It's very intense, but like you're not begging a waiter to bring you food. You can be, but like it's kind of weird. Another politeness thing that I find very important is to be able to say I am sorry, I apologize. I say thank you too much and I apologize too much, especially in big cities with strangers, because again, I'd rather be too polite than impolite. The way to say I'm sorry is 죄송합니다 or 죄송해요. 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 That's how you say I'm sorry, I apologize. It helps a lot if you have like the facial expressions to match what you're saying, and also if you do body gestures, so bow when you say I'm sorry. That can show like a lot of more of politeness and cultural awareness. The last but not least thing I'm gonna teach you is how to say toilet. Sometimes you just need to use a toilet, but there's no toilets around, so you need to ask like, where's the toilet? So I'm gonna just teach you how to say the word toilet instead of the entire phrase. The way to say toilet is 화장실. 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 I feel stupid making this video, I don't know why. If you wanted to put it into a sentence, 화장실 어디예요? So now I've taught you how to say 안녕하세요, 안녕히 계세요, 안녕히 가세요, 감사합니다. 이거 주세요. 죄송해요. 화장실. If people make mistakes in your native language, but you can feel that they're trying, I find that very endearing, and I'm like, oh, that's so nice. It's so lovely of you to try so hard. I forgive every mistake. It's the same for Koreans. They find it endearing that you're trying so hard to learn the language. Don't worry about it. Even if they like giggle a little bit when you speak, they appreciate the effort that you're putting into learning the language. So this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can stick around till when I make a new one. I hope you drink lots of water, get lots of sleep, and this is the end. Bye!